This is Brenda Starr with BackStage360 here at the Coach House in San Juan Capistrano. I'm here with two of the guys from Messer, right? Count them, 1, 2. We got Dereak, vocals. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Awesome. And Maddox, right? Bass.
That's right. I slapped the bass.
That's right. All right. So so the band's called Messer. The album's called Messer.
Mm-hmm.
You guys both have the surname Messer, right? Simple Man is the song that's making a lot of waves out there, right?
It is.
You're just keeping everything simple with the Messer.
We're trying to keep things simple. Yeah. Nothing simple about this.
So now, are you guys brothers, cousins, husbands,
Eskimo
father,
brothers.
son? You have the same name there, or something else?
Eskimo brothers, mostly. Band brothers. I use it as a professional name. I was originally, when we put this together, I was just using one name. I was a hairdresser. I was just doing hair by the name Maddox because it sounded, better than just some guy named Bob doing your hair, That's not my name, but...
So Maddox isn't your name either?
No, it's my professional name.
Yeah,
All
right.
State,
We'll go with it.
Let's go with it.
Yeah.
It works. It's my man name.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
I grew into it, but when the band started taking off, it just kind of morphed into Maddox Messer, and it's registered as a DBA now. It's a business. It's its own thing. I can refer to it in third person officially.
Very good, very good. Well, it keeps it simple, right? Because you guys are a simple man, right?
Exactly.
That's such a great song.
Thank you.
So there's 2 versions of it. Tell me about that.
2, yeah. There is the original version that was actually the first song that we wrote and produced with our producer, good friend, 6-member Chad Gendison out of Silver Lake here in California. And then once we had done that version, we toyed around with the idea of, hey, it'd be kind of fun to do an acoustic version of a song, and that was the one we chose. And it just kind of morphed into something powerful that, a little more than what we had expected, and so it kind of seemed like it fit to be on the album.
It wanted to be done.
Yeah.
There you go. So there's also 3 more guys in the band, right?
Yeah,
5 altogether,
that's right, 5 of us.
right? Do you want to give a shout out to your mates?
Yeah, for sure. We have our lead guitar player who's sitting over here to the right of us, Javier Contreras. Our rhythm guitar player, Donnie Dutch Oven DeVille. And Trailer Hitch DeVille, no, Donnie DeVille, and our drummer, Ken Younger. And together we make up Messer.
Awesome. So you guys are doing quite a bit of touring. You're shaking up stuff quite a bit. Yeah. So like the stats are pretty impressive. A lot of top 40 things on the music charts, right? Everything. What did we get, like a number 3 too, right?
We've had you joined us. Get in there. We've had some really good success as an independent band with the singles. We started with "Make This Life." That was the first single on the album. That was kind of our introductory to the world who is Messer. We followed that up with our single "Save Myself," and now we're wrapping up things with "Simple Man." And that's been our most successful, single.
It's been on the chart for how long?
It went the full 20-something plus weeks, and went recurrent, and is still getting some airplays for us now. And our streams are still, we're still getting thousands of streams a night on it, and so it's continuing to grow. And so, been very grateful for that.
Nice.
Yeah, we got remixes. We did a contest. I'll let Maddox talk about this more too, but he got this thing rolling for us. But there's a remix contest.
We did this contest with this company called Splice, this website called Splice, and we gave all of the stems to our song "Simple Man," and the idea was that a song is a song is a song. If it's a great song, it should translate no matter what the genre. And that was kind of our test with the acoustic version. We thought, well, let's take it a step further. Let's give this song to the world, essentially, to a group of artists all around the world, and see what they can do, remixing it up and creating a new song out of it. And it ended up being one of the most successful contests that Splice had ever done. They don't get very many rock bands that enter into this type of electronic world. So we ended up with like a couple hundred versions of our song submissions, and so we pared it down to we had to pick 3 winners, and that was hard. So we got 3 winners, but then we picked 20 other songs to put out a 23-track remix album that's going to be coming out this fall. 23 different versions of our song "Simple Man." in
That
all
is
kinds
Reimagined,
awesome.
yeah, it's
I
reimagined.
love
amazing.
that.
Yeah, amazing,
I
amazing.
love that.
from all kinds of, like,
Well,
from
that's-
trap music to dance music. There's a country version.
Anybody do a super metal version?
They're
Yes.
Yes,
Messer.
I want to hear that.
Yeah,
yeah.
no, there's it's
No, but I
different
mean, like
version.
even heavier. Because
Yeah,
yours, like,
heavier.
it does dip into. There's like some like heavy parts where it shows that, you know, you have that, or you have some influence from some of the '90s bands I
Sure.
hear in there. I
Yeah,
mean, not
definitely.
enough to the crossing the line or anything.
No.
Like just the right amount.
Just a
the
touch.
yeah, right. Like,
Yeah, we got
you
we
know.
have influences. I mean, we grew up, listening to, like, Pantera. I mean, we're from Dallas, so that was a big influence on us. A lot of that groove metal from the '90s was a big influence on us. So all of those elements are put into all of these songs, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's awesome. So let's talk. What would you call your music? Like, is it modern rock, alternative rock?
Yeah,
Both
I
of those?
classify it as like modern active rock. I mean, we're in a weird time right now with rock music where it's trying to define itself as to what it is. There's a lot of your metal bands who are now doing clean vocals, who are kind of coming into the active rock world. So it's really kind of taken on a whole new thing. But I feel like, our music has always been real accessible. That was kind of important to us, that it was accessible to as many people as possible because of the messages of our songs. And we talked about that a little bit earlier off camera, but our messages are really important to us. The reason why we do what we do is because of the power of music and the influence it has on people, and we want to just be out there spreading our positive messages as much as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. So, earlier we were talking about the frequencies of
Yeah.
music, right? And just how powerful it is. And I know that you guys play with the frequencies, right?
Oh,
Tell
we,
me, can you expand on that?
I can. It gets a little nerdy, but basically, people forget that sound waves are physical. They're physical. We don't see them, but we feel them. And being that we're mostly made up of water, and water molecules can vibrate, we effectively weaponize our songs. And with our live sound, which you'll hear tonight at our show, we've taken a great deal of time and care to ensure that those frequencies that we've worked hard to put together, masterfully, if you will, are delivered in a very focused, almost laser beam type atmosphere that really is going to vibrate every molecule in your body, giving you the watery eyes, the goosebumps, the whole thing, and it's just kind of like an extra little, even more visceral element to the live show. It's not just seeing it and hearing it, but it's feeling it on a whole other level.
Wow. That's not nerdy at all. That's actually really cool.
All right, well, there you
Yeah, yeah, it is. I mean, it's the frequencies can do all kinds of stuff. Or is this like the those megahertz? Like there's a frequency for self-love. There's a
All of
frequency,
that.
right?
All of
Yep.
528's a good one.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's one for what? Forgiveness, right?
Yeah, lots of them.
So you guys study this and formulate it into the
Yeah.
music?
We actually did.
That's
with
so
our
awesome.
producer, we wrote all this into our songs, essentially. Again, it's stuff that's been done since the beginning of time. Going back
Yes.
to throat singing and the Tibetan monks and chanting and all. It's all of that, but just put into this rock and roll format.
Exactly. So that's what makes it modern, because you're going on these like ancient I don't know what you call it.
Philosophies.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
exactly.
science, really. I mean, it's
Yeah.
science. A lot of science went into this, for sure.
Mhm.
But it's all based off of, definitely ancient philosophies, for sure.
Which is interesting, because when you said, I forget what you just said, but it made me think about that Messer means sword or knife, right?
correct.
Okay. Actually, my name, Brenda, means sword.
Oh, there you
Isn't
go.
that cool? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but anyways, when you think about it, think of a sword can be used for good or for evil, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, it can be very useful, or it can be very, whatever.
Hurtful.
Yeah.
We like
yeah.
to say that, Messer really defines music that cuts to the soul. That's really
Mm-hmm.
the correlation between the word knife and the music, is that it's very, it's going to cut to
Right.
the soul. It's going to cut right through.
Those frequencies are going out and like kind of doing a little maybe.
It's like a scalpel, like
There
a
you go,
like a
right?
surgical scalpel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love it. That's so awesome. So yeah, you obviously have like a positive and just a different outlook, right? Do you want to
Yeah.
talk more about your philosophy?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, with the lyrics that Dereak and Chad and the Best of Band have put together, I mean, we have messages that are about overcoming adversity. We deal a lot with relationships, overcoming loss, you know, of loved ones. I mean, we've all dealt with, everybody's had somebody that they've lost that was important to them in their lives. And
we grow through those things.
we grow through those things.
Yeah,
You're right.
we
I mean,
do.
one of the things that was like kind of echoed throughout the making of our album was strength through vulnerability. And, you know, by allowing ourselves as artists to be more vulnerable and more naked, we're able to gain more strength. And these songs have enabled us to do that.
Yeah, you know, it's so true, because if you can kind of like get the ego out of the way and
for
be
sure.
real, people will be able to connect to you.
That's what I think
Right?
that's the it factor. Like for me, when I see a band, especially nowadays, you know, there's very few real bands that have actually like come together in a garage, you know, stuck it out. Most of the time, by the time they get to this level or higher, they've been put together and it's just like one guy and a bunch of hired people. And I think the difference is the level of intention that the five of us have together, and it's that coming together.
Yeah, the rest of the guys all have it too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, awesome.
yeah. That's definitely. It's more important to us to have that than to have anything else in this band, because everything else you can learn.
Right.
You either have it or you don't.
Exactly. There's like, it's like a mental fortitude that you have, but it's not only mental; it's also from the heart
It
too, right?
changes you. It
Right?
changes you. The
Yeah.
philosophy changes you as a person. The process has changed us as men, and has completely, entirely changed our
Wow.
fabric for sure.
So what is your vision for the band?
I think our
What would you
vision
guys
for
like
the
to do?
band is global domination. I mean, you know, we've always seen ourselves as a global band, you know, and these messages are for everybody. So it's our mission in life, really, just to keep spreading that.
Well, speaking of that, you received a message, or who was the one that got the message in the bottle? Was that you?
It was us. It was me.
Yeah. Do you mind telling us
No,
that
it's
story?
a great story,
Oh,
actually.
gotta hear
It's
the
yeah,
story.
it's a really. There's so many serendipitous things that have happened in our career so far, but that was when we were filming the video for Make This Life. You know, we had this great artist, Craig Howe, did all the artwork. He did the artwork for the single, and in the artwork for the single, he had this picture of this post-apocalyptic kind of scene where there was a young small child. He was wearing like a gas mask, and there was like a bottle, like a wine bottle, a green wine bottle in this picture. And we just thought, well, this is the artwork for the album. This is great. Well, when we're making the video, we thought we'd cast this homeless guy. He wasn't really homeless, he was an actor. We cast him as a homeless guy, and he was going to be dressed like that child was, but all grown up and kind of some weird, you know, symbolism, like an Easter egg. I was trying to plant Easter eggs. And he had a gas mask, and he had the shirt, and all the elements, but I forgot. I didn't even think about getting him a wine bottle, because I didn't even see that in that picture of that artwork. I just never connected with that bottle. So that bottle is in that picture, and we're in a rain delay because we're filming outside of Deep Ellum, Dallas, where we're from. And I'm standing under this little covered patio, and I'm looking across the empty parking lot. And this giant empty parking lot is this green wine bottle just kind of laying there. And I'm just like, holy shit, there's a wine bottle. I'm going to run over there, and I'm going to get it for this prop. And as I'm getting closer to it, I realize this is no ordinary wine bottle. This wine bottle had like this label that was kind of almost homemade written on it, and a cork in the top of it. And I pick it up, and I'm reading it, and it's like this freaking message in a bottle, and it has a scroll and everything inside of it. And at the time, I just took the bottle over there. I didn't even open it up. I just said, we just got this bottle. It's got a message in it. Let's use it for this shot. And then after we get the shot, we'll open it up on camera. We'll get some BTS scenes and me open it up, and it'll be like real reaction. Wow. So I open it up now. I'm going to preface before I
a
read
message for Messer.
Yeah. Before this is the actual message here. I'll show you this, and I'll
wow.
send you this, and
Yeah,
you can
send it
post
to
this in
me.
your thing.
Yeah,
So
I would love to.
that whole week, our management team was telling us about Shazam. You know the app Shazam,
Yes.
where you like
Yep.
Shazam, and they're saying we got to get our Shazams up because you know it's going to help us with the chart. So we need tell people if you hear our song, Shazam it, blah 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 blah. We kept saying this word Shazam. Prior to that, I hadn't put two thoughts into Shazam as an app. I just hadn't entered it into my thought process. So I open this up, and the first words go like this. It says, yes, now, Shazam. The universal mind flow has led you to this exact moment in time and space. Yes, it is happening now. The cosmic kismic trigger effect is co-creating the awakening of your inner Shazam samurai, which is catapulting your nitro-burning, fuel-injected, hootenanny, howlin' wolf love dance into making your wildest dreams manifest into reality at a fantastically accelerated rate. Yes, now. And
Ooh.
that was the message.
Wow.
That was it. And it was just like, it's exactly everything that was going on in our lives. And even like, I haven't read that. It gave me goosebumps just now reading it again because I haven't read it in probably a year.
Let's have that reminder. So maybe at some point you'll be able to work it into a song somehow. Some parts
Probably.
of it. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll write a song called "Message in a Bottle." That's a good idea.
Right?
Has anybody ever done that?
I don't.
I got it.
Hey, that's good. That's a good hook. We should remember that.
Right? There you go. Wow. Thank you for sharing
Yeah,
that.
it's
That
great.
is amazing.
It was an amazing story.
Wow.
It blew us away. It was very serendipitous.
Yeah, I love that word too. That's so cool. So, wow. So tonight with Scott Stapp,
Yes.
Sunflower Dead. What
Sunflower
a
Dead.
show. 3 awesome bands.
This has been
People
an
need to
amazing
get
tour.
here early.
Oh.
Tell them do not be late. I bet
Don't be late.
people that
better
show up
hurry.
late and they see the last song, they're just kicking themselves.
Yeah, if anybody who's going to catch the rest of this tour on any of these other dates in Florida on the
Yeah.
East Coast, I mean, I recommend definitely coming early, seeing the opening bands. Everybody on this tour has been amazing. The combination of Scott Stapp and Messer, like the synergy between our two bands has just been incredible. I think the messages are very similar, and the fans are very receptive to that. And
Yep.
it's been a tremendous. Like we're in like show 50 something or another. I don't even know. I lost count.
Right. So, like, how many shows this year? Over 100, right? And over 100 last year?
Yeah,
Is
I
that-
think it's over 150 by the time we finish this year. It'll be right around 150 shows this year, over 100 shows last year. So yeah, I mean, it's how many shows does it take to break a band? It's about 250.
Well, never mind. I was going to make a joke, but I'm not going to say
All right,
Um,
that's a
no,
long tour. I'm weak.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's I've got a fly in my eye. Okay.
We'll cut
So,
that out.
all right. So, line. Oh, there we go. There we go. So here it is, Messer.
That's it.
Throw it
Vinyl.
away. No, everything beautiful. Fight of my life. Still better off. Lay down your heart. Make this life. Simple man. Save myself.
One more time.
One more time. Yep.
Yep.
Whiskey. And Simple Man Acoustic.
There it is.
Awesome. Very cool. So this is, so go to www.messerband.com for more information.
You find,
There it is.
find us everywhere at
And
Messer Band on
what
all
is
the
this
social
on the,
media.
can you just tell us about the cover?
Yeah.
That's Craig Howell, an amazing artist who you've got to look him up and look at his body of work. It's blow your mind. But
When we put this album together, we really wanted something that would, again, harken back to those days that we all remember of getting an album and opening it up and, finding the lyrics inside, finding,
Oh my
all the
God.
artwork.
Yes.
This is actually a photo from Ground
download
Zero.
card.
Awesome. Is this for me?
Yeah,
Hint,
probably.
hint.
Probably. This is a photo from Ground Zero here, facing upwards here, that was actually taken by Craig Howell's younger son as part of his junior high photography class, and it was just such a great photo. And he's like, "Hey, can I use this in your artwork here?" And that's, was where that photo had come from. But the idea was that it wanted something that represented what the future of rock is. And if you haven't heard a modern rock band on vinyl, it's something to behold.
Well,
It's
for the
something
first
special.
time in a long time, vinyl outsold anything
it's-
else.
That's
growing.
right.
Yes.
And it
growing
has been.
like
And
crazy.
we've known this for a while.
Yeah, it's
um,
growing.
It's definitely, as far as like physical, it's a classic. And even the younger generation, the younger kids are really into vinyl. Our merch girl, Colin, who's not really a girl, we call him a merch girl. That's his name. He's probably one of the most knowledgeable vinyl collectors. He's got a vinyl collection that's like into the tens of thousands of dollars, and it's just a really cool, fun thing. I think it's better than a CD.
Oh, hell yeah.
There it is.
Very good. All right. Is there anything else you guys want to say?
Follow us. Keep
Follow
up with us.
Stream
Yes.
us. Anywhere you listen to music, hit all those like buttons, hit the download buttons, everything it asks you to do, subscribe to it, all those things, anywhere at Messer Band, and share it with your
Yeah.
friends.
You guys are in this for the long term, yeah?
Oh yeah, we're not
Yeah?
going anywhere.
You guys
I got
are
nothing-
committed?
Yeah,
Yeah?
I got the tattoo.
Oh, yep. He
Yeah.
sure does. Do you have the tattoo? He has the tattoo.
We both save room for the word sucks, though, just in case something terribly tragic
Right.
happens.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you're committed. You are married.
Yeah,
You're
we're
our
in.
husbands.
We're in.
We're doing this, man.
Indeed.
We're doing this.
All right. So you
Every
guys,
state, every city.
it's not too late to go see Messer if you're in one of the. Check out the the tour lineup,
Yep.
right? Going till when? When does this tour end?
October 7th or 6th or 7th. So we
Yeah.
still got like 3 or 4 more weeks on tour.
All right. So
Come
get
see
out there.
us.
Messer. Simple Men. This is Brenda Starr for BackStage360.
Hey guys, this is Dereak with Messer. Make sure you catch us on tour, and you are watching Backstage 360.
Hey, this is Brenda Starr with BackStage360 at the Coach House in San Juan Capistrano, here with JaBoo of Sunflower Dead. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Brenda. How you doing?
I'm awesome. I like this little curly thing you got
Yeah,
going
you
there,
know.
right? You're going to grow it all the way.
If you don't watch them, we'll tell you the train tracks later, just like the old days.
Yeah, I better behave. Do that again. I love it. Hey, did you see my shirt?
That is awesome. I saw the new It.
Yeah, so
See?
this is like a ripoff of yours.
Yeah,
Which
it
was
is.
a ripoff of
Oh, which
Kiss,
is Rock and
but-
Roll Over. And,
Yeah, so which one is Michael?
oh, jeez.
Well, this is
He's
Michael.
definitely Michael Myers for sure.
Right? But hey, he's been wearing a mask lately. Michael has, right?
Oh, Michael wearing a mask? Oh,
I
yes.
saw him with some kind of mask.
Yeah,
on.
he almost looks like Bane or something from Batman. So he's had a lot of problems. Actually, all the singers on this tour have had extreme difficulty dealing with the climate. So, I mean, we're talking zero humidity, 110 degrees, and then riding around in air-conditioned vans that don't really circulate the air that well. So it takes a real big toll on your voice.
Right.
Now, most guitar players would say, yeah, I'd love my singer to get laryngitis and not be able to talk all day, just not during the shows. So,
Yeah.
So-
How do you have to figure out how to achieve that balance.
Yeah.
But doesn't he has to not talk and just save it for the show?
Has to save it for the show, and that's why I'm out here today instead of him. Normally I don't normally come down. I'm not.
Yeah. Should we wish him a happy birthday, though?
It is his birthday, Michael.
Yeah,
I've
happy
known you
birthday.
forever, man. Since we're little kids. I'll show you the picture.
You have
later.
the proof. I saw
Yeah,
that.
you saw the picture.
Yes.
We were like 5.
That was the
6
day
years
he
old.
tried to drown you.
Well, I was older than him. That was.
Okay. He just changed it around.
Yeah,
'cause he didn't want to
yeah,
sound like
yeah.
that. Okay, yeah.
he drowned me later on. That's why I'm like this. No.
But yeah, no, people think that singers don't have to do anything, right? Because they don't have to string or tune their guitar or anything like that. But it's all about the voice, right? They don't have to carry in anything, but they do have to give up a lot and take care of their
Exactly.
voice. And the air
Rest.
conditioning is rough on it, right?
Yeah, air conditioning. You need a lot of rest. That's why everybody gives singers a hard time during. It's like, oh, they're not lifting gear, they're not doing this, they're not driving late at night. But really, it's their job to protect that. That's your big money maker. I can lift boxes and do stuff, but
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
all good. So
Exactly. All right, good. So let me see that. This here, does that look familiar?
it does.
Coma. So this is the album, and so the big song right now, "Turn Away."
Yep.
Yeah, you wrote that, right?
Yeah, yeah. Just hit 40 today on Media Base.
Wow.
So we're charting.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's doing good.
And there's like getting like I think you have like 400,000
Views
spins,
and spins,
right?
Yeah. And climbing. The listenership is going up, and that's all great.
It's growing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So everything's going really well right now, especially with Turn Away. It's doing great for us.
Excellent. So what I heard was that you wrote the song, the music for "Turn Away," and you gave it to Michael on like the day that the album was being recorded, right? Or what's your side of that?
Okay, so we had pre-production cut off at a certain time, and I'm not good with deadlines, and so I made sure I finished the song I did in like record time. I brought it to him 2 days after pre-production he's done. He figures he has every lyric written, every vocal line, and then he gets this huge epic song. He gets it like 6 o'clock in the morning. I get to the office where we're hanging, and he's cursing me out. He's like, "I hate you. You're a piece of shit." He's like, it's an awesome song. So, and then when Dave, the producer, heard it, he's like, "This is the one." He's like, "This is the one I was meant to produce this song." So it's a special one. It really has a positive message. It's anti-suicide. Everybody's got friends and family that have either experienced anxiety, depression, and have taken their lives, and we just don't want that to happen. And we want to try to tell everybody there is hope out there for you, no matter what. I know it doesn't seem like it all the time, but even musically, when I wrote this song, I wrote it that way. I wanted it to invoke an emotion in people, you know, and Mike just conveyed it with the lyrics after that. So the two just married very well together.
Well, yeah, it's interesting how people get different things out of songs. Because I saw it more as turning away from like a bad relationship, like you know, like saying like you know, no, I've got boundaries.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes you have to learn those boundaries. But you know, as far as an anti-suicide, that's good too. If it's helping people, are you getting that kind of response from people?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
You know, that's a great thing about, you know, Facebook and all that stuff. You know, you can interact with your fans and they get a hold of you, and it really does it. They reach out and really appreciate, you know, the message.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we were just talking with Messer about message in music. And music can be so healing, you know, and it's so awesome. Probably very therapeutic for you as well. Right?
Yeah, even just musically, you know. Even when I was a kid playing guitar, I'd spend like 7 hours practicing, and just because I didn't know what to do with myself, so it was a release, you know. So definitely.
Yeah, kept you out of trouble.
Yeah, sure. Nah, for the most part, it did. But.
Very good, very good. So, how long are you on? Are you on tour all the way through October?
Yeah, October 4th. You know, we're following Scott and the Messer guys around for another couple of weeks. It's been a blast. Scott's amazing. You know, he's doing his new record, which is really, really good, and a ton of the Creed songs. So it's really enjoyable to watch every night.
Nice.
Yeah, and the Messer guys are great as well. It's been a fun tour so far.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so let me see that album there.
The Coma record.
Yeah,
Here we go.
yeah.
Back to the vinyl.
Yes. So this was produced by Dave Fortman.
Yeah, Dave Fortman. He's done, you know, Evanescence, Slipknot. He's in Ugly Kid Joe. He's a phenomenal producer, musical genius, renegade, crazy man. He's something else, but amazing producer.
Yeah. Right on. All right. So thanks so much for joining us. You've got
thanks for
a
having
show. Me. Yeah. Always good to see you, with or without makeup, right? So this is Brenda Starr with BackStage360 signing off.
Hi, this is JaBoo from Sunflower Dead. I'm here at the Coach House. We're wrapping up our West Coast leg of the Scott Stapp tour with our boys Messer. Been a phenomenal time. Can't wait to see you all again. And BackStage360 has been amazing to us this afternoon. And hey, please go out, buy the Coma record, and you'll be hearing us on the radio. See you guys soon.